What's good? How are you doing? Welcome back to Anu Talk Show. Today, we are going to talk about something that is going to shift how you see your business, how you run your business as a woman of color coach, expert. You have an expertise, you want to leverage that, you want to impact more people in this world. This is for you. So, if you are a woman of color coach, if you have degrees, you are very smart, you are capable, you did hard things before, and you are already helping people, means you are helping people in your friends and family, or you worked with clients before, but you still hesitate when it's time to invest in yourself, when it's time to raise your prices, means you know that you are kind of like playing small with your price. You know it's time to raise your prices, but you are hesitating to do that. And when it's time to go all in, there is a nudge, there is an intuition telling you to go all in. This video is for you because you don't have a money problem. You don't have a strategy problem. You don't even have a timing problem. You have a self trust issue, a self trust problem in business. And we need to talk about this and we need to address this today so that you continue to grow, you continue to invest in yourself and scale this business. So, let me say something bold and something that is controversial. Most high achieving women of color coaches, they don't struggle with intelligence. Mostly you are the most smartest woman in the room, but you struggle with trusting yourself to follow through. You say stuff like, I just need to think about it. I will join next month. Let me wait until things settle down in my family life, in my job. Once my schedule is clearer, after this expense, I will think about investing in myself. So, on the surface level, this really sounds responsible. You are responsible, or you are looking to be responsible when it comes to your finances. It sounds like logical. It sounds that you are mature. But when you go really deep, okay, so as a like being a coach for more than 5 years, those stuff are not the reason why you are not going all in. So you always have to go one step underneath. It's like actually peeling an onion, right? You have to go to the core. It's literally the fear that is actually holding back from you going all in. Not the fear of the coach, okay? Not the fear of the strategy, but the fear of yourself, fear of what if I invest and I don't follow through, right? That's a commitment issue. What if I invest and I fail? That's fear of failure. Or what if I prove to myself that I am not capable? You rather choose to stay comfortable instead of betting on yourself and see that you are able to do hard things, but you stay comfortable because you don't want to see, or you have this fear of what this is the proof that I am really not capable. And that is what is really happening when you know the next growth happens in a coaching container, when you need feedback, when you need the learning opportunity and you are holding yourself back. So there is a part no one says out loud in the industry. You don't hesitate because you don't believe in the coach, you don't hesitate because you don't believe in the process. You hesitate because you don't fully believe in you, which is also being reflected back from your clients on the sales call to you. Honestly, that hurts to admit. So, admitting and having this awareness is the first step. So, let's go deeper, okay? Because this is the conversation we have inside Leverage 20 with my clients. Because self trust is broken for so many women of color coaches. So, inside Leverage 20, not only are you making more money, not only are you getting more clients, but you are building your self trust back. Because If you grew up in survival mode, maybe you are an immigrant daughter and you have been growing up in survival mode, you always needed to um, get the approval to feel like good enough. You always needed to do high performance in order to know that you are capable. If you grew up being the responsible one, if you grew up being told to be practical, or not to be too much, or don't take risk. Risk is not good. Of course, investing in yourself, investing in a business coaching mentorship, or investing in health coaching feels unsafe because you were praised for being the stable one in the family, being the reliable one, okay? The one who never cried as a kid. And your mom told you, oh my God, you were the one I could rely on. You were praised for not making waves and not taking big risk, right? You were not praised for betting on yourself. I remember when I went all in my business and I quit my job without um, without actually having a big savings account. I weren't praised for that. I wasn't praised for that, right? I wasn't praised for betting on myself, for quitting that 9 to 5 job that was safe, or charging premium prices and being bold and being vulnerable in this online streets. I wasn't praised for that. So when it's time to invest in you, your brain says, okay, this is dangerous. This is too vulnerable. This is not how we will actually get the money back or how we will actually grow. So it is danger for your brain because it is unfamiliar, not because it is dangerous, not because you will fail, not because you don't know how to make the money back, simply because your brain doesn't know the familiarity. So it is actually giving you all the reasons to say, okay, no, this is danger. So your brain confuses unfamiliar with unsafe. And if you are a coach, a woman of color coach, and the number one thing, instead of chasing the next strategy and chasing the next clients, you need to build trust. Okay. Instead of telling yourself, oh my God, I need more motivation, I need more discipline, you need self trust, because self trust is not built by affirmations and reading more affirmations every single day. Self trust is built by evidence. You build self trust by making a decision, following it through, surviving it, and succeeding because you made that first decision. So every time you delay a decision, you reinforce, I don't trust myself yet. Again, every time you delay a decision, you reinforce in your brain, I cannot trust myself. So every time you say, before you invest in yourself and in your business, every time you say, let me wait, you are telling your brain, I need more proof before I am capable. But we all know that you don't build trust by waiting, right? Otherwise, you will wait for 50 more years and there will be no results. You build trust by moving and by taking actions. And yes, that feels very scary. And it should be. Honestly, you have to tell your brain it should feel scary. Otherwise, you are not doing it right. Otherwise, it means that you waited too long to feel safe to take the action. It is already too late if it is not feeling scary right now. Because it requires from you to decide, I am the type of woman who backs herself before you see the result. That is how you are building self trust over and over again. So let's talk about timing as well, because timing and self trust goes hand in hand. Because the biggest lie you are telling yourself is, I will join next time, or I will join next month. Let me do this on my own. I will come back to you next month. This is a prospect told me last month, and this person is still doing the same mistakes over and over again. And I want you to think about your life right now. Okay. Has it ever fully calmed down? right? When you say, I will join next month when my life is more less stress, when my schedule allows it. Has it ever fully calmed down for you in your life? Has there ever been a month where nothing unexpected happened? There were no bills to pay, no emotional stress to handle, no schedule shifts, no family responsibility. No, right? Because you're an adult with a life and with responsibilities and with a business. So, this idea that there will be a magical calm month to start investing in yourself, it's just fantasy. And we are talking like adults right now. So let me know in the comment section if you feel resonated with with what I'm talking about. So you think readiness comes first, okay? And then magically you would take action. It doesn't, because action creates readiness. Confidence doesn't come first. We all know that. Confidence doesn't come first. Action, and the more action you take, the more self trust you build because you are following through that action, that creates confidence. A lot of people also wait for clarity. That also doesn't come first if you never take the actions. Action creates the clarity you need in order to take the next step moving forward. So, momentum doesn't also come first. Action creates the momentum that you desire, that you want. So, you are waiting to feel safe before you move. But as a woman of color coach who's also coaching other people, wanting to have a global impact, you are a leader, and a leader moves first. You have to move first and be the good example for your clients. If you are not moving first, your clients won't see you as the leader, and if they don't see you as the leader, they don't have they don't have a reason to work with you, simply. And that's the paradox. So when you say it's not the right time, what you really mean is, what if something unexpected happens and I am not capable of continuing doing it? Car repairs, right? Bills, schedule changes, clients who don't sign up. So here is what you need to understand when it comes to being in business. Something unexpected will always happen. That is life. The difference between women who scale their business and women who stay stuck is that one group waits for stability and the other group builds stability through decisions, through hard decisions, and trusting themselves. So let me show you the pattern, okay? You feel stuck, you want the support, you see an opportunity, you get excited, you feel seen, and then you imagine the future. Then your brain goes like, wait, slow down, this is too much, let's be responsible, let's not be impulsive, let's not take a risk. So you delay. You feel like temporary relief, and you are agreeing with your brain this was the right decision, and 6 months go by and nothing changed, right? You are in the same place right now. And then you tell yourself, I need more discipline. I need a better strategy. I need to try harder. Again, this is a big sister talk, okay? No, what you need is you need to break the pattern of not trusting yourself. For many of women of color, the scariest part is not the money. You are smart. You always know how to make the money back, how to double the money that you have invested in yourself. The scariest part for you is actually choosing yourself over and over again, because choosing yourself can feel selfish. It is selfish. Choosing yourself can also feel like, okay, am I actually allowed to do this, or should I be more practical, or what if I disappoint someone, what if I look stupid? So that's why you are not choosing yourself. And not choosing yourself is costing you more than whatever you are choosing. It's costing you time, It's costing you the income that you can actually achieve today. It's costing you the freedom that you are desiring for the last 2 years. It's costing you the confidence because you are waiting instead of taking actions and building the momentum. And it is costing you the growth that you really deserve. And you just label it being responsible. But underneath, it's the fear in a responsible, beautiful outfit. So let's talk about how can you break the cycle? Because if you are still being in the cycle and you don't know how to break the pattern, you keep repeating the cycle over and over again. So you decide that the version of you who raises her coaching prices, you are actually leaving your 9 to 5 job that is not fulfilling you. You are building out a program that is essential and you make the 20K a month, is not actually waiting for the perfect month. Okay, that version of you is not waiting for the perfect month to actually do these action steps you need. She's not waiting for calm month. She's not waiting to feel 100% sure. She's deciding from her future self. So I want you to ask yourself, these are some good questions that you can ask. If you fully trust yourself right now, what would you do? If you believe that you would make the money back in the next 30 days, what would you do? If you know that this decision, the next decision would change your life, what would you do? And then do that from that place. Not because it's comfortable, but because you build self trust and you know that you can do hard stuff. What helps me to actually invest in myself and take or make hard decisions is telling myself that I did hard things before and I can do it again. And maybe this sentence will also help you to move forward in your business. So, again, you don't need more information. What you need is more self trust, trusting yourself to move forward in your business. And maybe this will help you that there is no better timing, there is no better schedule needed in order to move forward and take the actions or make the decisions. Um, what you need to understand is that action creates timing. So if this video made you uncomfortable, it should be. Then I know I'm doing a great job here because that means you saw yourself in this video. And if you're a woman of color coach and you know you are capable of more, but you keep hesitating, you keep shrinking, you keep not betting on yourself, and hesitating at the edge of the growth, I want you to comment ready and I will send you my free training, which is Leads on Demand, to help you to see the next level actions you need to take in your business. Um, Again, everything in your business starts with a braver decision. And the woman you want to become is waiting on the other side of you trusting yourself. So, thank you so much for tuning in. And